You are not watching the HeSaySheSay Podcast. I am your host, King Ralph.
And I am your co-host, Gaby, a.k.a. La Chona.
And we are back in Fitboxer Studios, man. You can hear the reverb.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. Not
Can
really.
you?
No, not really. As an engineer, it irks me. But
I can't really hear it. It's your little.
yeah, it bugs me. It bugs me a lot. Yeah. How's your weekend?
Let me tell you. So I went to Cali this weekend. It was the best weekend ever. I went to this thing called Picolandia, and it's basically like a rodeo, but like without horses. It's inside a rodeo, but like it's just a big ass dance. There's a bunch of bands, and there was like 4 different bands, and it's getting really popular. Like it's in the Mexican TikTok, like it's very known. So I went to go check it out, see what the hype was about. And La Chona definitely came out. It was popping. I got to dance with, he's actually known on social media. It's his name's Chocolate Uno. We had talked about meeting up, so we chopped it up, networked and stuff. It was really cool. Shout out to him. Yeah, it was fun. Danced my butt off. I'm still sore. And this was on Friday.
That's why I don't dance.
Yeah. But no, it was good. It was good.
I go places and I chill. People be like, oh man, let's go out there. No, because then your feet
You
be hurting.
need to go. You need, let me tell you, if you want to find yourself a Latina, you need to go. Like,
but then they still gonna be wanting me to dance.
Chocolate men are winning there because there was a couple of them and everybody was just all over them. So.
Oh, I already know we winning. But like, yeah.
And right there, yes.
I already know we winning. But it's like, yeah, man, people be wanting to go out there. You be sweating. It's
you
hot.
gotta be dancing. There's a lot of dirt. You know, you're dancing on dirt. You gotta put your boots on. You know, it's not the best thing, but you know, it's nice. It's comfortable. It's cool.
I'm too pretty for that. Being there sweating.
Okay.
Dripping sweat, shirt soaked. Like,
yeah.
Nah. Then you be sore the next day.
Yeah, it was worth it though. Let me say, it was one for the books. It was. I will definitely be going back. Definitely. It's like a big ass Mexican rave if you want to look at it like that.
Then like I'll be drinking, then you gonna sweat the alcohol out, then you be sober, then you gotta drink some more. That's too much money to be spent.
You know what? I am glad that we pre-gamed before because alcohol was expensive. It was $10 for one beer. I'm like, not even Vegas, man.
Yeah. The fools would never.
Yeah, no, but they were paying. They were sharing bottles. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. I don't gotta pay.
Man, I'm not paying $10 for no Modelo.
Let me tell you. But I already got there drunk. Like, we had finished 2 bottles, so we were already drunk. Well, by the time we got there, so it was cool. That's what made it fun.
That's what's up.
But yeah, Cali weather. It's the best weather.
That's cap.
I love Cali weather.
It depends.
It's not too humid, not too hot. Depends where you're at in Cali.
Because I was gonna say, because Northern Cali, it's snow.
Well, Northern Cali. I mean, I'm from Northern Cali. It's like a little bit colder. It is, but
like there's certain periods that like great weather, but then there's certain periods it's like, I'm not going up there. It's snow. It's snow up there. I just go back home.
The mountains though, not like.
I can just go back home if I want to go. I want to get some snow. I want nothing to do with no snow.
I never lived in snow. I'm cool off snow. I love snow, but you know.
I like the snow sometimes. Like it's cool. Like if it's just snow. Like when it snows out here, I'll be in it. But like in Chicago, your bones hurt.
Yeah.
Like old injuries. They send you a reminder that they are still there when it gets too cold. Like
you see
these knees.
Yeah, you see, I've been spoiled. I'm from the West Coast. I've never been I've been to like on the snow and stuff like Lake Tahoe and stuff from Mount Charleston, but like for me to feel that type of degree, no.
Yeah, like the check knee light comes on when it gets too cold. Like check the knees. Get some WD-40.
You would not be having mega knees, all right?
Not at all. Not with these knees, man. Yeah, it was I pretty much stayed in the house. Last weekend though, I went out a lot more. I pretty much was out every day. During the day, I spent time with Elena. At night, I went out with my friends that was in town. One of the things I noticed that I didn't peep what was going on at the time though is I did notice the Cuban Protest. And at the time, I was just like, I just thought that people was repping.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't really like in tune with what was going on until like, I want to say over this past weekend, I noticed it again. And I was just like, all right, that's 2 weekends in a row. Why is there people out on the strip with Cuban flags?
Yeah, no, really. That's what I saw on the strip. Because, I work on the strip. So I was like, what's going on? And then I saw it all over social media. And I'm like, oh, that's what's going on.
And I was like, oh, snap. So, like, I wanted to talk about it, like, in depth. But then I didn't have enough time to actually go and actually, like, research what was going on to have an opinion about what it. But, I mean, honestly, when I looked into it from what I did, I was just like, I don't really see the argument. There's nothing to argue about. I just think that it's come down to us. This has been like 60 years, maybe even longer than that.
They're tired of it. You know what it is? I feel like because now they're starting to realize, they're starting to see all the tourists come in, and they're seeing the freedom that we have, the things that we have over here. And then it's just like, wait, something isn't right. We have all these tourists with all this money and all this. It's just like, why are we not like that?
Right.
So, I mean, I have, shout out to all my Cuban friends, like, I speaking to them, talking to them, like, where their families come from and just how they lived. I'm just like, wow, like I thought Mexico was bad, but no, Cuba is like, yeah. So, I mean, I think it's time. I think it's time that, they do something about it. And yeah, we do help them, we do help them level up and not be there anymore.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I think it's one of those things where America butts into other people's business so often.
Yeah.
But like, you can argue whether or not we butt in when it needs to be, or whether or not, or if we don't. But this is definitely one of those situations where it's very much needed.
I really hope
U.S. cooperation is necessary.
Yeah, I really hope, since we are a Democrat Party, as in Biden is president, I hope he does do something about it. He does help for the people. He does help our Cuban brothers and sisters. And I've been seeing a lot of cruise ships rescuing boats. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of cruise ships. There's like just random boats that are at sea, and they just have the people go on the ship.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know what they do after that.
Right.
I don't know if they what is it called? What's that word? Where like Trump was doing it for a while for Cubans. Not refugee. It wasn't refugees. It was like when you automatically step on land, on U.S. land, and you have that pardon. There's a word for it. I forgot what it's called, but I wonder if no, it's like when I don't know what it's called, but I wonder if they're doing that for Cubans, like since it's bad over there, we're hopping him and we're not deporting him back. We have them stay here for a bit, but I'm not sure what that's called, or I have to look into it. I have to look into it too. There's a word for it. Yeah.
But I think it's something that people should look into and definitely have an opinion on, and I think put pressure on the powers that be to help those people out, especially
the word. Yeah, put the word out there. Social media, everybody is doing something. Everybody has a voice through social media. So I feel like the more exposure, the more we talk about it, the more they're going to do something about it.
Right. And the one thing I don't want people to forget is that there are one group that you can definitely prove, another group that I think was here, but could be a little bit more research. But outside of two groups of people, everybody else here is an immigrant. So it's like, so for people to be feeling like, oh, this is my country, you need to come here. Well, like at a certain point, you got to have some, what do they call it? Got to have some type of, just be kind.
Be humble.
Just be humble. Like it's really at the end of the day, I'm trying to think of the word. I can't think of the word, but it's like grace, I guess you can think. You can say. just have some kind of grace, man, because it's like everybody has their own. Like, there was no come here legally when most of the people that have that argument came here. They just came here, took whatever they wanted, and now at this point they're legal citizens. But it's like, and then the test. My homegirl just got her citizenship, and she's like reading off the answers and the questions to me, and I'm just like, this is where like my statement about the two groups of people. The one thing that I'm tired of people, like, if you go and look through history, and this is something that like we can get into conspiracy theories and whatnot, but like there's a group of people called the Moors that are never talked about in history, but there are people that you can look up that they existed. And it's like a lot of the things that a lot of people assume that the nations in Africa, it was Europe that went to Africa and showed them the European way, and that's not the case. Like it's historically been proven that Moors traveled to Europe, and like, you know, these European castles, they were built and shown how to be built by Africans. But most people think it's the other way around. Oh, they were the ones that went down to Africa and showed them how to live certain lives. So it's like, if you're not Native American or certain groups of black people that were already here, because that's the one thing that they try to act like, oh, we all came over here during the slavery times, and that's not the case. Because it's like, all right, if you go and you look to a certain time period, there's never anything talked about previous to that time period. They just call it the Dark Ages. And then it's like, when you really start looking and thinking of really going and getting really into it, we had already explored so many different areas in the world. So you think we explored those areas in the world and then just took all our people away from that area?
Yeah.
It just doesn't logically make sense. So like the question was like, who was here when Christopher Columbus got here? And the answer was Native Americans. And I'm like, that's cap, because there was definitely black people.
Yeah.
Because then if you even go and you look through history as far as like Native American groups, there's different Native American groups that have people that look like me with hair like mine.
Yeah, they do.
But then they'll lead you to believe that all Native American tribes, they just look
the same,
like how natives look today. And that's just not the case.
Yeah.
I do think that people need some grace, actually do some research, and realize that like, just because you got here a certain way doesn't mean that people that are coming here with bad intentions. Did your people come with bad intentions?
No. My people came to have a better life, and that's what we're doing.
As far as I'm concerned, I have no clue. One of the things that's iffy for me, I just refuse, and I'm going to end this intro on this note, is you're not going to wipe away my culture and my history and then charge me to find out what my history was. So I'm just not finna do that, pay for my genealogy.
You know what? I agree with that. I do agree with that, because you know why? As minorities, you know, as we were all slaves at one point, I feel like we don't have that history. All that history, we don't have the right, you know, we have books that we've written, we have journals that we've written, like, but you know what I mean? For what the white, you know, I hate saying that, but you know what the white privilege have, they have more avenues. So it's just like, what the white man has. But it's just like, it's not fair. Like, okay, I have to go to Ancestry or 21andMe and all this to find. Have you ever done that? Is that even legit?
No, I just told you I'm not doing that. I'm not paying no money for that.
Yeah. Like, you know, that it's just like, really?
I feel like I should get it for free.
No. And then for me, I feel like, because, you know, where my family comes, like my mom and one of my aunts was born in the field, you know, like my grandma was born in the house, you know, so it's just like, how are they going to be able to have all this documented? And it's like, nah, I can't trust it. I can't. Like my aunt strongly believes that I'm part Asian. I have Asian in me, and I'm just like, I don't know, and I don't care to find out.
Yeah, I'm actually cool with, like, I don't need to. There's this dude I follow. It's got these Hidden Color documentary. He actually has this one called Buck Breaking. It's actually I think it's like the top selling documentary right now. But
what is it called?
Buck Breaking.
Buck breaking.
Yeah, it's
Never
about some people are not gonna like it, because a lot of people, and I do think that this is why a lot of people, not even just like from a religious standpoint, I think a lot of blacks are not accepting of the LGBT community because of the history behind it. Like, to a lot of people, if you go through history, they'll try to tell you, like, in African culture, it's not, like, homosexuality was not a thing. Europeans are the ones that, where it was more rapid.
Same with Latino culture. Same with ours. Our Hispanic culture is like, no.
But then at a certain point, when the whole power structure and showing that I have the power over you, throughout slavery, there was like slave owners raping not just female slaves but male slaves.
Yeah.
So then that whole thing, it's regardless
that
of
fear.
if you agree with the movement or not, some people are just not accepting of it because of that history. And then when you start having the conversations with people, when you start going down the line of the things that they have been through, a lot of them have been through those same type of traumatic experiences. Mm-hmm. So, but that's pretty much what the documentary is about. It goes through the whole history of slaves being raped and what it has and the effects it has on our society today.
Yeah.
But thank you all for watching. This is just the intro. Yeah. You got anything you want to say before we get it up?
No, we're good.
All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Thank you all for watching. This is just the intro. We got a couple more segments to go.
Yes.
Make sure you pay attention, like, and subscribe on the YouTube channel, the HeSaySheSay channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok at KYNGRALPH.
And you can follow me on Instagram on I'm_warrior_queen. And you can find me on TikTok under La Chona. Okay, thank you for watching.
And we're in the process. We're going to have a conversation when we're done recording today about whether or not we are going to create a TikTok page for the podcast.
And yes, it should be fun.
All right. Bye.
Bye.